Hey everybody, welcome to the Dungeoncast. I'm Brian.
And I'm William.
This is the podcast where we talk about everything tabletop role-playing games.
Today we are covering the Wand of Orcus.
1, 2, 3, 4. Shout out to
Welcome, adventurers, to the Dungeoncast.
Hey, Brian.
Hey Will.
How you doing today?
I am swell.
You're swell.
I'm swelling.
You're swelling.
Like the Wand of Orcus.
It is. It would make you swole by just carrying it. It's big and heavy. So there are many artifacts of power across the various realms of Dungeons and Dragons, and many more beyond even that.
Okay.
But few of these artifacts, and it is Year of the Artifact. I don't know if you forgot, but in case you did, it's Year of the Artifact.
Our audience probably fucking forgot.
I'm trying to stuff as many artifacts in on the master schedule as I can.
Chill out, dude.
But few of these artifacts are as infamous as the entity known for wielding it. And of those artifacts, perhaps none are as feared and loathed as the topic of today's episode, the Wand of Orcus.
Yikes.
Maligned and reviled, the Wand of Orcus is an artifact with a dark intent and destructive purpose as its master, Orcus, the demon prince of undeath. It shares the demon lord's aim to snuff out the lives of all the living things and bind the material plane in the stasis of undeath. The ghastly Wand of Orcus rarely leaves Orcus' side, but he has allowed the wand to slip from his grasp from time to time. When it does, it magically appears wherever its master senses an opportunity to achieve some fell goal. Those who would wield the heinous relic invite disaster, destruction, death into their lives, in the lives of all they come across.
That's wild. So this place can just vaporize an area to be like ghosts, zombies, like undead like that?
That is, yes, to a certain degree, it can super do that. It can undeadify almost anything it touches. But that's also its major goal is to wherever area it's in is to cause this miasma of undeath to unfold.
its own sentience.
It is very sentient.
So it's not Orcus, but it basically is like an extension of Orcus.
It is very much like an extension of him. They are two individual beings, but they are so on the same page. Like their wills are one and the same.
Okay, yeah. So they're like homies, but
homies.
They're more than homies.
They're more than homies.
They're goal homies.
They're goal homies. Yes, absolutely.
They own an LLC.
They absolutely. They're in a partnership. They pay their abyssal taxes together.
They love demons.
Super into demons. Actually, to be fair, Orcus doesn't like demons. We actually had this conversation in the Orcus episode. Orcus hates everything.
Oh, that's right. I remember.
And the thing he hates the least is undead.
Right.
But he still also hates them.
But he is a demon.
He is a demon, and he is undead.
He hates himself. Ah, damn it, Orcus.
Definitely hates
Orcus
himself.
needs therapy.
Orcus needs a lot of therapy.
Oh, jeez. Oh, he made his wand so he could talk to it.
And
we understand each other.
And it just became an echo chamber of despair between the two of them.
That's right. It echoed down the halls of the abyss through his mind and his body and soul.
Indeed. So the Wand of Orcus was first presented in the Eldritch Wizardry supplement in 1976 by Gary Gygax himself with Brian Blum, or is it Bloom?
I would say Bloom.
I think, yeah, okay, we'll go with Bloom.
This debate is very fun to watch in the comments anyway.
It's
like have people pop it like, no, the wiki says this, so I'm not listening to you assholes. Like, okay, don't.
You don't have to. It's okay.
Fuck it. Literally, do what you
want. It's your table, man.
We preach love on this show and letting you do what you want.
Exactly.
So be mad, I guess.
And it's pronounced sigil. Moving on. For the original white box Dungeons and Dragons game. So Wand of Orcus shows up real early. It shows up like basically a year or two after D&D's invented.
Oh, okay.
Along with Orcus and Demogorgon. Shout out to Demogorgon.
Okay.
There, it is also called the Wand of Death or Orcus's Wand, and is described as a rod of obsidian topped by a skull. Third edition game statistics for the wand appear in the Book of Vile Darkness, 2002.
Okay. We love that book.
It is a good book. It's a book we'll be covering here in Year of the Artifact, probably in October.
Oh, as its own episode?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Fuck yes. Low-key.
Yeah, Vecna's getting a lot of
shit.
episodes because he wrote the Book of Vile Darkness.
That's right.
And we're going to cover the Eye and Hand of Vecna for sure. Plus, we're probably going to cover the Sword of Cass, and that's very Vecna related.
Okay.
So this is almost the Year of Vecna. Look at the thumbnail. Moving on.
Look at our cool thumbnail.
Fourth edition statistics appear in the adventure module Prince of Undeath, which I think so in fourth edition, when they would release like an adventure module, they would release how to say? So they would release the heroic tier adventure module, which is levels 1 through 10.
Oh, okay.
And the first one would have been Keep on the Shadowfell. I think that was the very first one. And then that would have fed directly into a Paragon one they had. I don't know the name of that one. And then Paragon would have been levels 11 to 20. And then that would feed into a very specific epic tier one. In this case, it was this one, the Prince of Undeath. So the Prince of Undeath, from my understanding, was the very first epic tier adventure module. It was the third adventure module in the 3-part series of the Keep on the Shadowfell.
So just a level 20
Level
slog.
20 to 21 to 30.
Oh, that's right. The 30 level cap.
Welcome to 4th edition.
Yeah, 4th edition where they've got 30 levels.
They
Much
got
like
30
Pathfinder
levels,
2E,
yeah.
right? 30 levels? Or have I missed-
No, 20 levels as far as I know in Pathfinder.
Oh,
Both
shoot.
Pathfinders.
What am I thinking of? Okay.
That being said, since we're on the topic of 4th edition and level 30, a level 20 4th edition character and a level 20, 5th edition character are actually pretty on par. Because at that point, you're basically a demigod.
Yeah. Okay.
In 4th edition, once you cross that level into level 20, when you picked what was called your epic destiny, and all the epic destinies were literally demigod, prince of hell, archlich, like that level stuff. And it's like, now we're literally on the level of gods, and we're just going to play that out to level 30.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Anyways, back to Prince of Undeath. And finally, the Wand of Orcus appears in 5th edition in the Dungeon Master's Guide.
The DMG. It's a great book.
It is. It's a good one. It's a good one.
I think it's the best book that D&D has to offer, honestly.
You think the DMG?
Yeah, I think so. Like, so you need the player's handbook, right?
Sure. Absolutely.
But like once you branch into the DMG stuff, like there's just a wealth of information in there. It's kind of like weird to, you can't really read it cover to cover. It's not like kind of what it's for.
No, it's not. It's like an encyclopedia.
It's very hard to read it through like that because it's just like, okay, well that is cool but not useful for what I'm doing.
Right.
So therefore, to me, it's less interesting than like, oh, in page 200, it talks about like grenades or something like that. It's
right.
Like somewhere in the back. And I need that shit. Like,
I think the Dungeon Master Guide is very good, and I think it's at least tied for first place with the Player's Handbook. I think the Monster Manual is blatantly the worst of the 3 books.
Sure.
Just because Monster Design of 5e irks me.
Yeah.
But that being said, I think the 5e Dungeon Master's Guide, it skims the surface of so many things, but it could just get a little deeper. And I always feel like it just doesn't quite get there for me.
I think all of the books are kind of have something in common to that nature.
Yeah, that's true. I would agree with that. All right, back to the Wand of Orcus.
Yeah.
So the adventure Dead Gods, it's a Planescape adventure, describes the wand as a 3-foot-long iron scepter with a human skull set into one end, while the Book of Vile Darkness describes the wand as a black obsidian and iron rod, which is topped with the skull of a human hero slain by Orcus.
Neat. Okay.
The 4th edition Monster Manual describes the wand as a heavy mace tipped with an enormous skull, and states that its smooth obsidian haft is studded with blood rubies. So it would seem that regardless of its material components, we can all agree that the Wand of Orcus definitely has a big skull on it.
Okay. Yeah.
It's the one thing that they all agree on.
Yeah, it's like alternate reality versions of it keep cropping up looking slightly different.
Exactly.
They've all got the skull.
They all got the skull?
Don't know.
Actually, 4th edition likes to spell things out, so we're going to find out what 4E, who 4E thinks the skull belongs to.
Right, okay, in the 4E universe.
In the 4E universe, yeah.
Yeah.
Which, okay, sorry, we're going on tangents. Someone left a comment the other day about how 4E isn't like its own separate like lore canon from the rest of the editions. Now, this commenter was referring to it in the Forgotten Realms, and they are right. When it comes to the Forgotten Realms, the canon never actually breaks, even though it kind of should. But when it comes to like 4th edition, what you would call vanilla lore, 4E did one thing that none of the other editions did, was it came up with its own canonical universe. It set things in the Nentir Vale. It had its own canonical pantheon. It was very separate, and the lore was very non-canonical to anything that preceded it. Anyways, moving on.
Okay.
Sorry. This instrument is said to cause death or annihilation to any creature by touching it to their flesh, except for creatures of undeath or immortality, like Orcus himself.
All right. The vampires can pick this thing up.
Theoretically, yes.
Yeah.
Any attempt by a character other than Orcus to use the wand to annihilate another creature only has a 50% chance of being successful.
Because you ain't Orcus.
Because you ain't Orcus.
You ain't the man.
You're not the man himself. And the user will be subjected to a curse each time this is tried.
So no matter if it succeeded or failed, you get cursed.
Yeah.
All right.
The 4th edition Monster Manual states that the wand transforms those it slays into undead horrors. Some sources say that the wand has the ability to steal the souls of those it touches. It is particularly useful against groups of adventurers because each party member slain by the power of the Wand of Orcus will return as a wraith.
Okay.
So as you're fighting them, your dudes are going down and becoming enemies.
I think I remember that. We covered that, huh?
I don't know if we covered that. We might have. The Orcus episode was a long time ago.
It was. It was probably a long episode,
But it
too.
could have been, and it probably was.
That's cool. I'm just saying I remember it. Maybe I read it in the book.
Yeah, maybe you did. So according to the Encyclopedia Magica in 1995, in addition to the damage it dispenses, the wand also bestows the magical abilities to move at double speed, cure light wounds once per day. That's a weird one. Speak with animals, or cause a serious wound.
Okay.
Now, again, 1995, we're talking about 2nd edition stuff.
Right.
The Book of Vile Darkness also notes that Orcus himself is best known in some circles for his wand. I bet he likes to say that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
An artifact of malefic might. And notes that the wand is more accurately described as a rod. It also serves as a symbol. Well, it's actually more, I'm really known for my rod.
Yeah.
Says Orcus.
It is his wiener. I knew it. I fucking knew it.
Hold
on. The
wand can magically change in size.
Yeah, I
To
bet
better-
I bet it fucking can.
To better conform to the grip of its user.
Wow.
Plants wither, drinks spoil, flesh rots, and vermin thrive in the wand's presence. In addition, the wand communicates silently with its wielder in Abyssal, using brutal and gory imagery to highlight its blood-soaked ends.
Oh, it's a bad wiener that talks to you and shows you bad pictures in your brain. Wouldn't cure light wounds, like damage undead? That's a thing, right?
It is a thing. I mean, and
Is that why it's
maybe
there?
that's why it's there. Because, I mean, obviously he's surrounded by
It's a
undead.
torture thing.
It could be.
Don't make me cure you, underling. You'll die.
Yeah, that's true.
If I touch you with my dick, it'll heal you, but
Oh,
in a
God.
bad way.
In a bad way. That's the only reason I can think it's there. I'm not familiar with 2nd edition on the level that I would understand maybe some hidden nuance I'm missing. But
That's true. Yeah,
anyways.
so they do have those secret nugs back there in the old editions.
They do.
Damn it, Warhammer. Why did you birth such complicated Thaco stuff?
The wand can magically change. Oh, I already read that. The Adventure Dead Gods reveals how Orcus created the wand. Okay, I thought this was a 4th edition thing, but apparently it was a Planescape thing.
Oh.
Long ago, he trapped the spirit of a mighty hero named Anarchocles.
Anarchicals? It's probably Cleese.
Yeah, I think it's Cleese. Anarchocles, within a circlet of control for a skeleton warrior, and safeguarded the item to keep it from being used against him. When Anarchocles died, Orcus removed the skull from his destroyed corpse and placed it on the end of a long iron scepter, infusing it with some of Orcus's own essence, thus creating the Wand of Orcus. A character wearing the circlet can see through the eyes of the skull when within a few hundred feet of it. If the circlet is touched to the skull, both the circlet and the wand turn to dust.
Oh, it's a feedback loop. It just explodes.
Indeed. Anarchocles is aware of what happens outside the circlet, and if he senses that the wand is near, he will force the characters to touch the circlet to the skull, thus destroying both items and granting Anarchocles eternal rest. Now, I do believe that canonically this adventure does happen, and this is how Orcus dies, because if you remember from the Orcus episode, we talked about how Orcus rises to power, does all this stuff, tries to become a god, and then dies.
Okay. I don't know what is true about my memory in that Orcus episode anymore. I've had 3 hiccups this episode.
It's
so
all good, man.
I'll trust you.
Okay. And he comes back as an entity called Tenebris.
Okay.
I can't remember the details of Tenebris, but basically his goal is to try and get back to becoming Orcus, and he does.
Cool. Spoilers for the Orcus.
Spoilers for this,
Spoilers.
3rd edition Orcus
Spoilers for
lore.
Orcus lore.
So according to the 4th edition Monster Manual, some legends say that the skull atop the wand once belonged to a god of virtue and chivalry who dared challenge Orcus in battle. See, this is where this adventure just happened, and Foy was like, no, we're just completely hand-waving and making something new and different.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
While other legends identify as the skull of a human hero, implying that it was magically enlarged to its current size. Regardless, the goodness that once resided in the skull has been warped and perverted to monstrous evil.
Okay.
In the Forgotten Realms, the Wand of Orcus was once destroyed by Gareth Dragonsbane, a paladin king of Damara. and his party after they traveled to the Abyss and stole it from Orcus using advice from a Saint Solars. Now, both this king and this saint are probably prominent Forgotten Realms characters who I never heard about till the day that I put this together. I'm sure people who are into Forgotten Realms can talk all about them in the comments.
They sure are. Aren't they really mad at us about not mentioning Drist in the that he's the one that wields the defender?
Or he has a defender.
He has a defender.
I don't know if they were mad. I think they were just informing us.
Some of them seemed like aghast about it.
Well, yeah, okay. I'm sure there's people who are.
They were like, how dare they not know my boy's best sortie boy is the one you're talking about right now. And like, basically we were like shitting on how that sword had no lore, but
yeah, we were. But okay, I'm sorry. If the lore for the sword is only in novels, like you can't expect us, unless it's Dragonlance, you can't expect me to know it.
Yeah, I'm not
reading entire
Forgotten
novels
Realms,
every single week. We're covering anything that even touches it.
We're not necessarily a Forgotten Realms podcast. It just happens to rub together all the time. Which is why we had our expert Dickie on, who did a great job.
Indeed,
Thanks,
we did.
Appreciate
Indeed, we
you,
did.
Man.
So this Paladin King and his party, they actually destroy the Wand of Orcus. Bahamut directs them to the only method of its destruction, which is a circlet, I think, that we just talked about. No, never mind. Take back what I said, which was to immerse the wand in the black blood of Tiamat's heart. Super different.
I took back what you said.
Super different thing.
And you'll never have it again.
The adventurers use the heart of Tiamat's avatar, which means they had to probably slay it. I'm not sure. I never ran that adventure.
It sounds like you can just probably just take it out and Tiamat will be fine.
She didn't need it.
Probably fucking 5 of those bad boys.
That's probably true. Which proved just as effective as if it was her own heart. But Bahamut admitted that the Wand of Orcus would eventually return to existence in 1 century.
Okay.
So after being destroyed in Tiamat's blood, the heart of the wand was left behind in the form of a small white gem. The gem was planted in the courtyard of Palace Dragonsbane in Bloodstone Village and grew into a tall white tree with golden leaves. The tree gem of Bloodstone prevented demons from entering Bloodstone.
Okay.
This same tale can actually be experienced by players in the adventure The Throne of Bloodstone. If the characters decide to keep the Wand of Orcus instead, the party members will begin to fall under its evil influence and stop at nothing to possess it. Any character who travels to an empty plane of the Abyss with the wand can set up a lair under their own rule, and after 30 days, they will irrevocably become a demon lord.
Damn.
I love it when there's rules to become a demon. Yeah, my guy became a demon lord. Like, that's fucking cool. I mean, that's horrible and that sucks for the rest of your party members.
I mean, from the bird's eye DM view we have, that is fucking, that's metal as fuck. Are you serious?
Metal. It's pretty metal. I love it.
Yeah, that's good shit.
So that's all I got on the Wand of Orcus. I say we take a short rest. We come back. We actually look at the stats of this thing and maybe even roll some of those beneficial properties. And there's the opposite of beneficial. There's negative properties. I don't remember their proper name, though.
Hurtful ones.
Yeah, that.
Bad things. Bad things happen.
Short rest time. Short rest time.
Short rest time. We've returned.
Indeed, we have.
Hey, thanks for listening to the show.
Indeed, thank you.
Love you.
We do.
Even if you're being weird in the YouTube comments.
Brian is a little sensitive about the YouTube comments of late.
Sometimes. Like, no, it's like funny to see what they are. I'm not like worried about them one way or the other.
Yeah. There's been a slew of odd ones lately.
Yeah, you guys are weird. Anyway, I love you. If you want to support the show more than you already have, that's fucking great. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and go to Apple Podcasts or whatever service you use to listen to the show and give us a positive rating. It really helps a lot.
It does.
Big time.
Speaking of which, someone left a glowing review. And they accidentally left a 1-star, but it's like the most glowing review ever. So if you left a 5-star or a review recently and you meant it to be a 5-star, you might want to go look at it real quick.
Yeah, that would help.
It was a very glowing review, so I know it was an accident.
Maybe they're being
I don't want to call them out alive.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think it was a joke.
So on that note, sort of, I think it would be cool, Will, if we started reading them.
Oh yeah, I'm down.
5-star review.
I'll read that one. You want me to pull it up? I'll do it now.
After you just said you don't want to call him out.
I guess I don't want to say the name. Okay.
I think it's only fair to give everybody a heads up that we're going to start reading them. But
true.
also as like, would you like to like have your voice heard on the show, I guess, or like a note? I think that would be cool if I left a review and a podcaster I like read it. So
definitely.
Like, I was kind of looking at like, okay, well maybe people on this show would like to do that. Maybe this is the thing that's going to incentivize you to go do it if you haven't done it for a long time or whatever.
That's true.
It really is helpful, and it really does
Extremely.
make Will and I feel good inside.
Very much. I'm always looking for them.
Yeah,
Every day I check.
Let's talk about the Wand of Orcus, Will.
Let's talk about it.
It's a weapon, mace, artifact that requires attunement. This is the stat block in D&D Beyond. Made from bones, as hard as iron.
Did I not mention bones as hard as iron?
I thought you mentioned
I bet you he tells,
iron.
I bet he
obsidian,
tells people my bones as hard as iron.
Yeah, he does. At parties, he's like, "You want to feel these bones? What metal does it remind you of? Isn't it so hard?" Okay.
Hey, you know what? Apparently, I didn't say the word bone once in my notes.
I didn't think so. The wand is topped with a magically enlarged skull that once belonged to a human hero slain by Orcus. So this is 5e. This is 5e stuff. Yeah. The wand can magically change its size. Okay, I think that's really it.
Yeah, it was just the bone part.
So any creature besides Orcus that tries to attune to the wand, did we read that part? Make a DC 17.
No, because that's stats, so I left it out.
Okay, because it's in here with the lore. It's not separated.
Okay.
Yeah. Any creature besides Orcus that tries to attune to the wand must make a DC 17 Constitution saving throw. On a success, the creature takes 10d6 necrotic damage. On a failed save, the creature dies and rises as a zombie.
I just failed.
Okay, let's roll that damage, Will. You want to roll 10d6?
I thought I died and I thought I died.
On a success, well, roll 10d6 and let me know what the damage comes up to. Just pretend if you had succeeded.
All right. So I got let's see, 6, a 2, and a 6. Oh great, I'm already starting out at 14. 14, 19. Is that a 3? No, that's another 5. Okay, cool.
In the hands of one who's attuned to it, the wand can be wielded as a magic mace that grants a +3 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with it. The wand deals an extra 2d12 necrotic damage on a hit.
I took 41 necrotic damage.
Fuck yes. That is so good. All right, random properties. The Wand of Orcus has the following random properties because this is a weapon of chaos.
No, all artifacts have random properties.
Oh, really?
Usually it's like 2 minor beneficial, 1 major beneficial, 2 minor detrimental, 1 major detrimental. Is that what this one says?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
So that's exactly
I wanted to roll them because I want to say, well, what is the Wand of Orcus on the Dungeoncast? What attributes does it have?
Ooh, we'll have our own special Orcus wing.
So we could do it after you're done, or we could do it now that we're here.
Yeah, the detrimental properties of the Wand of Orcus are suppressed while the wand is attuned to Orcus himself. Let's roll that shit. Fuck
all right. So we got 2 minor, 1 major?
Yeah, 2 minor, 1 major beneficial.
All right, let's do the 2 minors first. I rolled a 57, which says, while attuned to the artifact, your weight drops by 1d4 times 5 pounds.
Okay.
So, like, you become skeletal. You lose some of your sustenance. You become ghostly.
Sustenance.
The second one is 46, which says, while attuned to the artifact, your appearance changes as the DM decides.
Oh, okay. Just take some liberties there.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to be ready for shit to pop off real bad when you're dealing with, like, this type of stuff.
Absolutely. All right, the 1 major detrimental property. 63. That says you take 4d10 psychic damage when you become attuned to the artifact. Okay, so it's like a one-off thing.
Yeah.
So you got to survive that attunement.
I know. You attune to it and you get, like,
I can't imagine
black lightning electrocutes you or whatever.
Yeah, well, it's psychic damage, right? Like, I can't imagine what 4d10 psychic damage would feel like.
Oh.
Like, that's got to be the worst day of your life.
Yeah, skull-splitting migraine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Plus, like, you're seeing, like,
you're probably
horrible
bleeding from every orifice.
Oh, my orifices! My orify!
All right.
Blood coming out of all of them.
Those were the bad things. Are we going to do the good things too?
I thought those were the beneficial ones.
No, those are detrimental.
Oh, okay. Yeah, do the good things too.
All right, it's a 2 minor, 1 major again?
Yeah, yes.
All right, so minor beneficial property number 1. God, these dice are a little hard to read in the dark. 11? 11. While attuned to the artifact, you gain proficiency in 1 skill of the DM's choice.
Okay,
an extra skill. That's minor. Minor benefit number 2. We rolled a 42. While attuned to the artifact, you have resistance against 1 damage type of the DM's choice.
Okay.
Okay. And then the major beneficial property. I think necrotic is the obvious choice.
Sure. Fire.
93. While attuned to this artifact, you cannot be blinded, deafened, petrified, or stunned. Now that's a fucking,
Pretty good.
That's a beneficial property.
Honestly, pretty good.
Quite beneficial. All right, moving on. Go ahead.
All right. This enable one of the features on here, protection. You gain a +3 bonus to armor class while holding the wand. What does that look like to you? Like the wand is like putting out like little magic blobs to block damage?
Yeah, I could see like a sickly green force field that appears if anything like tries to come at you too violently.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. Okay, spells. The wand has 7 charges. While holding it, you can use an action and expend 1 or more of its charges to cast one of the following spells. Save DC 18 from it. Animate Dead is 1 charge. Blight 2 charge. Circle of Death recharge. Finger of Death recharge. Power Word Kill 4 charge. Speak with Dead 1 charge. The wand regains 1d4 plus 3 expended charges daily at dawn.
I don't have a D4 on me.
You think? Oh, I got one.
You're just subtly giving me your whole dice set.
Yeah. Well, that's why it's here.
Hey, I recharged 5
Oh
charges.
shit, that's
Not bad.
good. You could do the Finger of Death again.
Love that finger.
Word on the street, and that's one of the lore pieces I skipped up top. But Orcus loves the Finger of Death.
Oh yeah, 2 when he can.
Yeah, right. When you roll a recharge like that, he can have the second one.
Yep.
So,
Exactly.
yeah. Did I read while attuned to the wand, Orcus or a follower blessed by him can cast each of the wand's spells using 2 or fewer charges, minimum of 0. That sentence wasn't funny, but the thing we did before it was. I'm still laughing at it.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you ever say how much damage just the physical attack with the wand does? Does it say that?
No, I don't know if that's in here or not, but I don't think so. I'm not seeing it.
It's gotta. Seems
Well, okay, so it's a mace.
right. So does it just do normal mace damage?
Yeah, I would think so if you fucking swing it like.
Well, I mean, it's gotta do more than that, right? All right, I'm pulling up an illegal site.
Well,
Don't judge me.
Okay.
No,
Well,
you keep going.
Yeah. Okay. Call undead. While you are holding the wand, you can use an action to conjure skeletons and zombies.
The wand deals an extra 2d12 necrotic damage on a hit, and it's a +3 bonus to attack and damage rolls as well.
Bonus. Oh, I did read that.
I missed it.
I did read
so
it.
you know what? My bad.
It was right before random properties. I think we were just horny.
I was
for
so
random properties.
horny for the properties. Anyways,
Okay.
keep going.
Our bad, everyone. I'm not going to edit this. Calling forth as many of them as you can divide 500 hit points among. So you make skeletons and zombies, and you divide 500 hit points into how many you want of each, or whatever. Yeah, shouldn't they know that number, like off the top? And their own mechanics. Each undead having average hit points. The undead magically... Oh, as many as you can. Not like up to. It just says do them all.
Let's see. While you're holding one, you can use it to conjure skeletons and zombies. Come for as many of them as you could. Oh, okay. It just depends on like, do you want more skeletons? Do you want more zombies?
There
Zombies
it is.
have more
you're right,
HP.
You're right.
So,
Okay.
or is it more AC? You know, I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, we could do that.
Skeletons and zombies.
The undead magically rise up from the ground or otherwise form in unoccupied spaces within 300 feet of you and obey your commands until they are destroyed or until dawn of the next day, when they collapse into inanimate piles of bones and rotting corpses. Once you use this property of the wand, you can't use it again until the next dawn. While attuned to the wand, Orcus can summon any kind of undead, not just skeletons and zombies. The undead don't perish or disappear at dawn the following day, remaining until Orcus dismisses them.
Okay, so you could definitely summon more skeletons than zombies. Skeletons have 13 HP. Zombies have 22. That being said, I don't know how specific what your reading is, but there are other kinds of zombies besides just zombies. Like there's zombie beholders, there's zombie ogres.
Yeah, I just read that.
Oh, you did?
You were
While I was
typing,
doing this?
yeah,
Okay.
Sorry. But Orcus can summon any kind of undead, not just skeletons.
Oh, yeah, I'm going with as many zombie beholders as I can. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I would just pull up like the undead like tab and just like start doing math.
Yeah,
Fuck
let's
it.
do it.
What's the coolest mob you can get?
zombie
As a DM,
beholder?
or I guess it's up to the person doing the call undead. So like, I would have some cool set call undeads like ready to go. You know, like,
Yeah.
I've already pre-calced how many of these I can make, like different.
Okay,
mobs.
you're only getting 4 zombie beholders. They have a 93 HP each.
That's fucking.
It's still great. No, that's
only?
great. Yeah, I mean they're challenge rating 5, so you usually summon 4 challenge rating 5 creatures, and you still have a little extra change for a few skeletons if you want.
I wonder if you have to have like knowledge of them prior to doing the call undead. You know what I mean? Like, how do you know what to call?
I mean, you could just argue that the Wand of Orcus told you about it.
You could.
Hey man, I could do some really cool shit.
Yo, make 4 zombie beholders. Wouldn't that be badass?
You will not regret it.
They're gonna munch this guy. They're gonna munch this
It's
guy.
gonna be
He's so
amazing.
good.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I would say if I was the player.
Yeah.
And my DM was I don't want to say stupid enough, but silly enough to give me the Wand of Orcus.
Nothing would make me harder than if you summoned 4 zombie beholders right now.
You won't even believe I'm made of bone.
No. Isn't it crazy? Sometimes I'm metal.
Okay, moving on. What else you got?
Sentience. The Wand of Orcus is sentient.
I know, we were just talking about
Yeah,
that.
we just covered that. Chaotic evil item with an intelligence of 16 and a wisdom of 12 and a charisma of 16.
Mhm.
It has hearing and dark vision out to a range of 120 feet.
Okay, that's pretty good.
The wand communicates telepathically with its wielder and can speak, read, and understand Abyssal and Common. Personality. The wand's purpose is to... We just covered that too.
Yeah. Well,
It's horny.
that's
Personality. The wand's purpose is to help satisfy Orcus's desire
No. Oh no.
to slay everything in the multiverse. The wand is cold, cruel, nihilistic, and bereft of humor. Aw.
Not my Wand of Orcus.
No.
My Wand of Orcus is
Not
hilarious.
my wand. This is the oh, okay. I don't know if I should say that.
Then don't.
Yeah, in order to further its master's goals, the wand feigns devotion to its current user and makes grandiose promises that it has no intention of fulfilling, such as vowing to help its user overthrow Orcus. Yeah, I'll help you. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, I hate him.
He doesn't touch me like you.
Oh.
Destroying the wand. Yes, because you're definitely going to want to after it says that shit to you. Destroying the Wand of Orcus requires that it be taken to the positive energy plane by the ancient hero whose skull surmounts it. That's all.
Say that one last time.
Destroying the Wand of Orcus requires that it be taken to the positive energy plane. Is that like Celestia?
Well, I mean, it depends on, I guess, the lore of the hero, but I mean, if he was lawful good, probably Celestia, yeah.
Okay. By the ancient... Oh, I see what it's saying. By the ancient hero whose skull surmounts it. So whoever's skull is on the end of the Wand of Orcus.
You got to give it to that person in the positive realm that they ended up.
Well, that person has to take it there. So they have to come from there to get wherever it is and take it there.
So
is what it
only
said.
Anarchicles can destroy this thing.
Yeah, whatever the fuck his name was.
Yeah.
But this is like leaving it up to like, it could be whatever hero you want on there.
Sure.
Build your own weird skull adventure. For this to happen, the long lost hero must first be restored to life. No easy task. It says no easy task. Given the fact that Orcus has imprisoned the hero's soul and keeps it hidden and well guarded. So you have
We talked about that. It's Anarchicles in the circlet.
Yes, but like...
So the goal here would be to get the soul.
Yeah. Release it,
revive it, give it the wand, and tell him go. You gotta go.
Yeah, and you're
open that portal to Celestia.
Yeah, you're protecting him while he runs the torch to up Mount Olympus.
Yeah, it's gotta be a suicide like defense mission.
Yeah, cool. Like we'll body all the hordes of Orcus.
Yeah, it's gonna be horrible, but like it'll get the job done.
Yeah, it's the zombie apocalypse movie.
Yeah, there we go.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
And this guy's gonna run a torch up Mount Olympus.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna destroy your dick in the positive energy plane. See ya. No, not my dick.
Stupid.
Bring it back. All right. Bathing the wand in positive energy causes it to crack and explode.
I think that's what he wants, though, right?
But unless the above conditions are met, the wand instantly reforms on Orcus's layer of the abyss. So I think he wants it to do that, but not there.
Anywhere but there.
No. Oh, my last bust.
So stupid. God, our show's stupid.
Proficiency with the mace allows you to add your proficiency bonus to the attack roll.
I mean, that's
for
just how
any
D&D
attack that
works.
You make with it.
That's just how D&D works. You didn't need to spell that out.
I mean, yeah. They just want to be clear. Like, hey, you read a lot of shit just now.
Remember, it is a mace.
Don't forget to add your proficiency bonus to that attack, okay, buddy?
Yeah.
There's nothing else here worth reading.
Well, that's all we got on the Wand of Orcus. It was probably more than you needed.
The image of this is literally a spine.
Yeah, okay. So, that's the 5e version. Let me pull up the 4e. 4e Wand of Orcus, because I think it is relatively similar.
Like, it looks way more like a wand as a spine because it has, like, this curvature in it.
Yeah, the 4e one looks like a spine, too.
Okay.
The skull's green on that one.
That's what's happening here. It's not... The skull still looks like the same color as the rest of the bone.
So it's definitely
It has,
bone.
like, green
It's definitely
light
just
coming out of
bone.
it.
He just ripped out a man's head and spinal column, and maybe
Well, it has this weird, like, plate on it.
that's probably what is keeping its structure, because a spine, it would just be the whip of Orcus at that point.
Yeah, it would just be the vertebrae of Orcus in pieces everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, did he, like, glue it together?
You got to do what you got to do to keep it hard.
It's a deep...
Let's take a long rest.
Uh-huh. If you still have this after the end of your long rest, you need to see a doctor. Hey everybody, welcome to the long rest. This is the part of the episode where we
get long. Say it.
Yeah, we get long. I want the long to die. I want it to go away. This is the show where we flass it up.
Oh no.
Flass it out, flass it down. We're resting.
We are resting.
The muscles are relaxing.
They're trying to.
The blood flow is slowing.
Slowly.
Hey, thanks for listening to the show. We appreciate you.
I'm amazed you made it this far, honestly.
Yeah. Hey, good job. Wow. You did it again.
Thank you.
What do we want to talk about here today? Will, do we want to like remind people about like the world of the Dungeoncast? Patreon.com/Dungeoncast is where you can support us and get a whole fuck ton of bonus content. Like I said, it's a short rest. Yeah, you want to sponsor the show? Like we have an email. We got a cool we got a letter in our PO box this round, and I'm expecting more things to show up in the PO box as people have told us there will be things in the PO box. So looking out for those. I go every weekend, or at least I try to, because I can only go on Saturday morning. So the Will, who sent this to us? Do you remember?
It was someone who works for Alamo Drafthouse.
Yeah, Alamo Drafthouse has sent us some movie tickets and snack vouchers, so we want to say thank you to them very much. They played our D&D Explained in 5 Minutes video at their screening of the D&D movie.
They did.
Beforehand to sort of help educate people, I think. And
they asked permission first, and we said yes.
Yeah, and then they were like, let's send you some stuff as a thank you. And we said, hell cool. Yeah, we've got a P.O. box. Please put things in it. And yeah, so we just want to say a big thanks to them. We really appreciate that. And it was an honor. So thanks a lot. Let's see. Yeah, all that stuff is in the description below if you want any of that stuff. Let's see. I guess we did. Do we have anything else?
No, I don't think we got anything else going on right now.
Okay, I want to say thank you to Daniel for getting me this, but we're going to be partnered up with Diversity Saves, an organization. This organization is a 501c3 nonprofit organization created by a collective of BIPOC and LGBTQ plus members of the ttrpg community who are committed to the promotion and uplifting of marginalized communities in the tabletop role-playing game industry through promotion, education, and distribution of grants to help fund new projects led by marginalized creators. So I've got the link here. It's going to be down in the description below. I highly encourage you guys to go check it out. It's a great organization run by great people that's doing a great thing, and we want to support that. So we're going to be buddies with them for the foreseeable future, as far as I can see. So go check that out. If you're looking for a good cause to support, that's definitely a great place to start. Let's see. Any closing thoughts?
I feel like I've shared enough of my thoughts today when it comes to
a lot of dick talk.
I should have expected it going in, and somehow I did not.
Once again. All right. Well, I feel like we've been hitting our stride with the sexual references because they're so right in our face.
They are.
Later
They
episodes.
You can't name a monster the Aster Eater.
You can't do that.
You can't do that.
Okay, we're gonna call it a game.
Talk to you guys
Bye.
later. Bye.
The Dungeoncast.